Hey, real quick, before we dive into today's episode, I want to share that I'm speaking at the Empowered Podcasting Conference in August, and I would love to see you there. Podcasting can feel a little lonely sometimes. You're behind the mic, doing the work, figuring things out mostly on your own. The Empowered Podcasting Conference, or EPC as the cool kids call it, is a small community-first gathering built to help podcasters learn together and actually connect. It's happening this August in Charlotte, North Carolina, and is 3 days of real conversation and actionable insights from people who truly get what you're building. I'll be leading a session on podcast SEO, how to attract the right listeners even when you're offline, and I'd be thrilled to see you in the audience. Get all of the details at thepodcastteacher.com/EPC. That is an affiliate link, which means that I earn a commission when you purchase at no extra cost to you. And actually, you can enter coupon code EPCJulia20 when registering to save 20% on your ticket. That link and code can be found in the description below. I hope to see you at EPC. Now, let's dive into today's episode. If you want clients, you have to be on social media. You've probably heard that a million times. From the so-called marketing gurus, from well-meaning friends, maybe even from your own kids. But I'm here to tell you that it's actually a myth. And today I'm breaking down 3 ways podcasting works differently than social media and why I think it's a much better fit for business owners over 50. And stick around because difference number 3 is my favorite. It's the reason I've barely touched social media in 2 years, and my show still grows every single month. In case we're meeting for the first time, hi, I'm Julia Levine, aka The Podcast Teacher. You're listening to Podcasting Over 50, the show that helps business owners in their 50s, 60s, and beyond to start and grow a podcast. Before we dive in, I want to take a quick moment to celebrate the fact that this show just surpassed 75,000 downloads. That's because of you, and I'm so grateful. Whether you've been with me for 200 episodes or you just found this show 5 minutes ago, I'm so glad you're here. Before we dive into the 3 differences, we need to talk about why any of this matters in the first place. You are really good at what you do. You've spent decades building your expertise, and your clients get real results. But expertise alone doesn't bring in clients. People have to be able to find you first. Think of a little restaurant that makes the best croissants in town. If that restaurant is tucked away on a side street with no sign out front and no word of mouth, nobody is eating those croissants. It doesn't matter how amazing they are, that business is not going to last very long. They need some way of letting people know they exist. Your business works the same way. You need a way for new people to discover you. And for years, the gurus have insisted that social media is the way to make that happen. So you dutifully post, you comment, you try to keep up with the trends that change every 20 minutes. You hop on the social media hamster wheel and you run. Sound familiar? It's exhausting. I know, because I've been there too. So let's talk about how podcasting is different. Difference number 1 is the shelf life. The typical social media post has a lifespan of about 24 to 48 hours. After that, it's buried in the feed, never to be seen again. All that work for just 2 days of visibility. Yikes. A podcast episode, on the other hand, keeps working for you for years. I still get downloads every single week from episodes I published 2+ years ago. And that's because when someone discovers your show today, they don't just listen to the newest episode, they scroll back through your back catalog and binge. So every episode you publish becomes part of a library that keeps growing in value, which is pretty amazing, right? All right, difference number 2 is the algorithm, or really the lack of algorithm. On social media, an algorithm decides who sees your posts. And of course, the kicker is that most of your own followers, the people who choose to follow you, never even see what you post. That just stinks. Podcast apps don't work that way. When someone follows your show, every new episode lands right in their feed. There's no algorithm in the middle deciding whether your followers deserve to see your content this week. Your listener presses follow, and from that moment on, you have a direct line to them. Easy peasy. Now, before I reveal difference number 3, my favorite one, if you're listening to this and starting to think, maybe a podcast really is the right move for my business, I made something for you. It's my free podcast roadmap, and it walks you through 5 simple steps to go from idea to launched show. So if you're even a little bit curious, go ahead and grab it at thepodcastteacher.com/roadmap so that you can see the entire path laid out for you step by step. Okay, that brings us to difference number 3, which is with a podcast, listeners come to you. About 50% of podcast listeners discover new shows by searching right inside their podcast app. And if you think about that, that means that right now, someone is opening Apple Podcasts or Spotify and typing in retirement planning or marketing or weight loss or whatever it is that you talk about. And the shows that are optimized for those searches are the ones that get found. This is called podcast SEO. SEO stands for Search Engine Optimization, and it simply means setting up your show so that it appears when your listeners search for your topics. Podcast SEO is my absolute favorite growth strategy because once you dial it in, it's largely a set it and forget it system. We work smarter, not harder around here. I attribute most of my own podcast's growth to SEO. My show routinely ranks on the Apple Podcast charts, and I get new followers every week. But I've barely used social media to promote it in the past 2 years. New listeners find my show while I am lounging in the pool, making dinner, or when I'm fast asleep. No social media hamster wheel required. Now, if you like posting on social media, I'm not telling you to stop. It can absolutely help with your business visibility, and if you like it, go ahead and keep doing it. But most people I talk to are tired of the social media hamster wheel and are looking for another option. Podcasting is that other option. And I honestly think it's the better option, especially for business owners over 50. The internet is overflowing with AI-generated content these days. And when everything starts sounding the same, do you know what people crave? A real human with real experience and a real point of view. You have decades of stories, client conversations, lessons learned, and hard-won wisdom that no AI can replicate. And podcasting puts your actual voice at the center of your marketing. As I always say, listeners come for the information, they stay for the host. They stay for you. So if you've been running on that social media hamster wheel, wondering why growing your business feels so hard, you are allowed to step off. A podcast episode keeps working for years, while a social media post disappears in about 48 hours. Podcast apps deliver every episode straight to your followers with no algorithm in the way. And thanks to Podcast SEO, new listeners search for your topics and then they find you. If you've got a little maybe I could do this feeling, go ahead and listen to it. Grab the free podcast roadmap at thepodcastteacher.com/roadmap and take the very first step. I'd love to help you get started. Until next time, happy podcasting.